The Liberal leadership debate was interesting for a bunch of reasons. Why don't you start us off with that?
Yeah, that's right. So the leadership hopefuls for the Liberal Party of Canada had two official debates, one in French, one in English, both held in Montreal. And it was really interesting to watch. It wasn't like any other political debate I've ever seen. In fact, they were helping each other. They were shielding each other. You know, Liberals on Twitter will say that this is because they're so respectful, and they're all on the same team. Freeland even helped Carney. He made a mistake in the French debate and in saying that he agrees with Hamas. And she immediately corrected him. So, if you were looking for a really engaging debate to see the difference between the candidates, you would be sadly disappointed because they were all the same. They basically all said the same thing and spent the entire time shielding each other.
Well, you know what? You know what's interesting about that is that leads me to believe, and, not that I'm some kind of conspiracy theorist, as it were, but you'd almost think that everyone knows what the outcome is. And they're like, we need to protect the person that's already been, put in that position. And then you have people like, what's her name? Karina Gould, who has no chance of winning at all, coming up with $350,000 to show up and know full well she's not going to win, and then play the game with all these people. I don't know. It's almost like they're all like, okay, well, just hand Mark Carney the ball. Don't make sure that you protect him. Don't ruffle him up because people are going to pull this footage up later, right? Because those leadership debates can be pretty nasty, and all that stuff gets pulled up later. So I don't know. That's it's a little weird to me. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, they talked about a variety of topics, that are top of mind for Liberals. But what was really interesting to me was what they didn't talk about. They didn't talk about the rising crime and violence. They didn't talk about armed home invasions. They didn't talk about the loose border or national security. They didn't talk about smuggled guns. They didn't talk about bail reform. Basically, they mostly talked about Trump. And it had this feeling, instead of being like a leadership debate, it was almost like an audition for a role in a cabinet under Mark Carney. But
that's sort of what I mean, because it was just like, well, here's an opportunity for us to get, whatever, an hour or 90-minute commercial for the Liberal platform and to redirect the national conversation away from, getting your door kicked in by armed thugs and massive immigration where they've got all this fraud with these international students or whatever, which create this demand for services, which means you wait in line endlessly. They didn't want to cover anything that regular Canadians are concerned about, can't find a doctor, stuff like that. And they all helped each other. And that's why I'm saying it just really looked like a big Liberal commercial and an attempt to redirect the attention of Canadians to just be accustomed to their platform.
Well, that's exactly it. I mean, Liberal Party will choose their new leader on March 9th. But really interestingly, a couple of weeks ago, they had tweeted that 400,000 new Liberal members had signed up. And of course, it's free to join the Liberal Party. Now, we know that there was this kind of online movement between Conservatives that they were signing up to vote for Chandra Arya or Ruby Dalla. Like there's some stuff going on with that, right? But as it stands now, less than 25% of Liberal members have been verified. They've got this really complicated process through a Canada Post app or something to verify yourself in order to vote for leadership, because of course it's ripe for interference. Less than 25% have been verified, and even less have even voted. Voting is open now, and they're not even voting. So right now, it looks like you've got about 50,000 Liberals will choose the next Prime Minister of Canada out of 40 million people. So just, I don't know, lunacy.
Yeah, well, yeah. If you're not subscribed, please do that. The notification bell is great. Yeah, if you want to be notified when we do a new video, great. If you don't, that's okay too. But if you can subscribe, that would be awesome. I'd really like to see us get to 100,000 subscribers, which would be good. Okay, that's it. Thanks everyone. Take care, and we will see you soon.